Hi everyone. Welcome to the first video of One Pitch Catch. We have decided to start with the big uh, preview for the big game that's coming up tomorrow, India versus New Zealand, the Champions Trophy final at Dubai. So let's jump into our views and thoughts about it. Jagdish is obviously with me here. Jagdish will have some stats to substantiate his points. I'm more a gut feel person. I will also chip in with my thoughts. Jagdish, can you start?
So I think pitch in Pata, pretty much going to be playing very similarly to the previous games. So I don't expect too many major changes in terms of on the slow turn and where it goes. Spinners are going to be dominating. Both teams are set themselves up that way as well. Especially like you wouldn't expect New Zealand to normally ஒரு நாலு ஸ்பின்னர்லாம் ஆடுவாங்க அப்படின்னு generally you don't expect that, but they have Santner, Bracewell, then they'll call upon Phillips and Rachin, so they kind of covered themselves in that aspect. India obviously they have the four spinners. I think in terms of playing 11, I don't see too many changes from either side. uh, the four spinners will continue. And if Shami is fine, which for all practical purposes should be the case. I don't see Arshdeep or Harshit also coming into the side. New Zealand on Henry may not be that fine. There's some news. If that could be a bit of an issue, I don't know. I mean, Ganesh, you've done some research. If Henry doesn't play, do they have any pace bowling options?
Ideally, I mean, like you said, overall, I think both the teams should be playing the same 11 unless Henry's injury is worrying for New Zealand. Nathan Smith is an all-rounder who will bowl medium pace, and also they have a full-time fast bowler in Jacob Duffy. Though I've not seen much of them, they are the backup in the squad. But if Henry is completely really unfit to play, I think they will play Jacob Duffy is my gut feel because
Okay.
Nathan Smith is more of a all-rounder who can bat and bowl, so
Hmm.
which may not work on this pitch versus India, and especially if India gets to bat first, then
Yeah.
that becomes a problem for them. And the one other change that which New Zealand may not do to India's advantage is playing Devon Conway for
Hmm.
Will Young, because I think Devon Conway is a problem for India over
Yeah.
the years. But Will Young has got 100 in the first game versus Pakistan, so that should hold India in good stead because Devon Conway will still be out. And also, like we were talking off video, I think the left-right combination will be there with Will
Ah.
Young and Rachin. So they may not go, which is actually good news. In fact, two left-handers is a problem for India, I feel. So, but they may still go with Will Young and Rachin. And Henry or Jacob Duffy. That is the thing I feel about the 11. And India is obviously, I don't think they're going to change anybody there
Yeah.
because I
Okay.
think we are pretty much set. And the format, the 50 over ODI format as such suits our batters. Apart from leave Rohit Sharma alone, the way he bats recently, Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Kale,
Um,
Hardik, all of them prefer to start slow, build up a lot of dots, play singles here and there, and then burst towards the end. I think no other team which has five or six people like this who have mastered this format over the years. Even when Australia was doing very well and India, the Tendulkars and Sehwags were doing very well, I don't think anybody had so many people who have mastered the
yeah.
format so well. Who can? I mean, even when we are, if you are 30 for three, which we were actually, we can get to 320 now.
Um,
Because we don't. I mean, playing out 25 runs out of 8 overs is not a worry anymore. I think, and the batters, our middle order has mastered that. I feel than any other team.
that's
So
something very unbaseball like.
is exactly. I mean, so I don't want to. I mean, so they are baseball is a different beast altogether. They play uh, one day cricket and test cricket is a different thing. Forget it. One day cricket also in T20 mode.
Um,
Uh, I mean, that is
or
something
100 mode.
100 mode, and
Or
that's
100 mode.
something that is extremely questionable according to me. And the results also say so,
Yeah.
right? It can be questioned. I don't know how the ECB is going to question McCullum or something. I don't know if probably
That's a
McCullum and
different
Stokes
video
had a
anyway.
pact to destroy England cricket coming from New Zealand.
And Rob Key also.
So this is happening. But again, coming back to our finals, I think New Zealand has always been the bogey team for India. We will beat the bigger, tougher teams, but we've always struggled beating New Zealand somehow. But that said, I think this time India definitely will start as favorites. I think India start as favorites in any game versus anybody in most of the formats. I think this also is like that. But I think if there was one team which the Indians or as fans we wouldn't want to meet in the final, it would be New Zealand, I think.
Yeah. And Australia, I think, just from a historical perspective.
Yeah,
But anyway,
historical
Australia
perspective,
out of the
Australia,
way.
yes. But this Australian side that has come up this time is be okay to meet.
Not
Because
a full strength one.
there is no the Hazelwood illa, Cummins illa, I mean Stark illa.
Stark illa.
So
I think New Zealand, generally, I think go back all the way till 2016 T20 World Cup. I think Minadi, go back to the second ICC knockout, as it was called then. When Sourav Ganguly and team were expected to just easily have a cakewalk especially after what they did against Australia and South Africa in the lead up, and then complete shock.
exactly,
So New Zealand
Yuvraj and Zahir Khan's initial days. That's unforgettable. Like I said, both of us. I was commentating on that match on the final, and once we batted, I thought we are completely through. We are winning this, but then Keynes came as a beast and spoiled that evening for us.
So they've caused problems, but I think in the last few matches, it's generally not been that much in favor of New Zealand. I mean, I think some recency bias is also there with the test SIP 3-0 and all of that. But generally, I think recently, 2019 World Cup semi-final, obviously, but after that, I don't think they've posed as much of a problem as they used to earlier. So, and plus the conditions, definitely, I think, are more favoring India at this point of time. So we'll see. I think from a squad perspective, the one question that I had is in the Nathan Smith, given that if you see a lot of the bowlers, they're tending to bowl slower balls, cutters. If he's more adept at that, then there's a possibility they may go for him. That may not be able to rule that out.
Maybe,
Other than
yes,
that,
but I have not.
yeah.
I do not have so much knowledge about Nathan Smith's capability on that front. But I think they are playing their cards close to the chest, and just Matt Henry will just come up and play. Is what I feel.
I'm sure
given the way Matt Henry has bowled also against us off late in tests, and also if he also got a fifer in the game which they lost against us last week. So I think Nathan Smith will come and play. And Will O'Rourke also troubled us. Kyle Jamieson has historically troubled us. Only us. Only us, I think he is troubled. So they have a decent pace attack, but may not suit the pitch and the conditions that they are going to encounter.
So from a decision at the toss perspective, it seems like the best option is to just bat first, bat big.
New Zealand will bat first because probability is no question. Because there is no question of probability, India will lose the toss. So there is nothing about India winning the toss. So in case if you are batting first, then Santner made a wrong decision of sending us in there. So I mean, if you win the toss, Urvela, if we win the toss, I think Kappa namakku kuduthirlaanu nenikiren. Because toss jeikiradhe periya vishayam. We win matches, but not tosses. But it is
other possibility is the only other way in which Rohit will win the toss is it's a double-headed coin or something like that. Other than that, it doesn't seem to be any chance. Shole coin mari irundha.
Shole coin. So let's see. We've been winning matches. That is good news. But toss is not. I mean, that augurs well for India. Without winning tosses, we keep winning matches left, right, and center. So that is good. And on an individual front, I think the law of averages has to catch up with three people. As an India fan, it has to catch up with Gill. He's had 2 failures, which is extremely surprising by his standards in ODI. and Rachin has got 200s. That also has to catch up to. And Kane, after not so good start, he's had a 80 and 100. So hopefully Rachin and Kane fail and Gill scores runs as an India fan perspective.
Yeah. So what else?
The other thing is, I read today somewhere today that Rohit has never scored a 50+ score in any ICC final.
Oh, okay.
So
So
I think
an issue.
I think he could
Or it's an opportunity.
I somehow have a feeling that he's going to break that tomorrow. My gut feel for India are three people: Rohit, Hardik, and Jadeja, are the people that I think one of them is going to do something big and we win. So let's see.
I think it'll be interesting how they cope with Varun now. You know, now they've had a look at him. Or match paathachu. He lost 5 wickets to him, and it's not like he was doing anything way different from what he has done with other teams. Also, he's bowling pretty much the same way. His approach is the same. So that's going to be. It'll also be interesting how he copes with it, because Australia I mean, he obviously he got Travis Head out, but other than that, they kind of almost like played him out, Murray. And lastly, wrapped up a little bit. So it'll be interesting how New Zealand play him for sure. They will have gone back and done their homework and see how they cope with him.
Knowing New Zealand, they would do their homework very well. And let's see how. I mean, it is a challenge for New Zealand as much as it is a challenge for Varun also. We have to see how Varun comes up with the same opposition within a week. And I mean, if not necessarily picking 5 wickets, but how he comes up unscathed, if he comes out, it will be very good.
Yeah, good. So other than that, we'll look forward to the match starting tomorrow at 2:30 IST. Let's hope it's a good game. I think இந்த ஒன் சைடட் கேமா இல்லாமல் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு எக்ஸைட்டிங்காக இருந்தாலே அதுவே கொஞ்சம் ஒரு நல்லா இருக்கும். அண்ட் எஸ்பெஷலி வென் எல்லாருமே வந்து வாட் இஸ் த பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் ஓடிஐ கிரிக்கெட், லைக் டெஸ்ட் வில் ஆல்வேஸ் ஸ்டே, இட்ஸ் அ கிளாசிக்கல் ஃபார்மேட். எவ்ரிபடி ஊரில் வரவன் போகிறவன்லாம் வந்து டெஸ்ட் ஃபார்மேட் இஸ் த பிக்கெஸ்ட் ஃபார்மேட், பெஸ்ட் ஃபார்மேட்னு சொல்கிறான். அண்ட் தென் யூ ஹேவ் சம் லெஜெண்ட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ சேயிங் இட். But if you look at it, other than England, India, and Australia, I don't know how much it's going to survive in other countries. On the other hand, you have T20 leagues propping up every now and then. I think so. In that sense, does the ODI format still have a relevance? But I go back to time you said how the Indian batsmen are very tuned into the ODI format. அதுக்குன்னே I think BCCI will not allow this format to go away. And especially அதில் சொலையா 2 50 over world event.
In fact, the Champions Trophy was scrapped and then they brought it in. Yeah, it was scrapped and then it is brought back because there is some financial wellness to it.
Definitely. So yeah, good. We'll hope for a good game. And
I mean, like you said, exactly. I want India-Australia semi-final kind of a game and not the South Africa-New Zealand semi-final kind of a game. Obviously, I want India to come up trumps, but definitely a tight game would make it much more sweeter, the win. What is your, I mean, I would say...
Come up trumps-லாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காதடா, ஏதாவது சேனல் ஏதாவது பண்ணிட்டு போறாங்க.
So, what would you rate the chances? I would say 60-40 for India.
Yeah, I think I will say around that. 60-40 seems right. ஏன்னா ஒரு ஓவர் அட்வான்டேஜ்னு ஒன்றும் சொல்ல முடியாது. They're both very similar teams. See, if it was South Africa, for example, then they're kind of hamstrung when it comes to spin. Other than Keshav, வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. Otherwise, they have to bring in Shamsi at the expense of maybe Mulder or somebody like that. Whereas with New Zealand, they have those quick bowlers and seam bowlers covered. They also have the spinners covered. So in that sense, I think it's fairly even.
I think still we start as 60-40 favorites.
By virtue of, yeah. I mean, I think some big game performances. More importantly, pretty much, I think everybody has sort of got into form in one way or the other, right? I mean, that's also a good thing. Generally, you'll have the top order. I think it's what happened in the 2019 World Cup, for example, right? The top order used to be absolutely blasting it all over the place. Middle order got no exposure all the way till the semifinals or finals, and then you're blown away. That's not been the case. So I think everybody is sort of tuned in well. The bowling has also come on well. Shami, I think, needs to just recover his form a little bit. He was a little struggling a little bit. Other than that, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, we are fine. I
Early
think
overs,
because
that will
I
matter.
think we are not dependent on Shami, though he picked in the 50 over World Cup that happened. He picked 12 wickets in
Yeah.
2 games versus New Zealand. Two
Oh,
ODI games, 12 wickets is unheard of.
uh,
But I think we are not too dependent on Shami. But he will still that one or two initial breakthrough if he can get
yeah,
like he got Rachin. I mean, if he can get Rachin, that will be very good for the spinners to run through the middle order, I feel.
yeah. And I think he's got Rachin around 3-4 times
Okay.
at not too many runs. So
I
maybe.
remember him getting in the World Cup semi-final, definitely. So let's see. Let's hope that they continue another good performance because they are unbeaten. So now, if they win this, it will be great because it will be two successive ICC
Yeah,
uh, finals winning.
yeah, definitely.
So that'll be good.
Great. So we'll
Very
see you all
Pagla,
after the finals. I hope it's a
uh,
great game.
uh, after the finals. So
Pagla.
I hope all of you are watching this. Let's see when our next video comes up and on what topic.
And yeah, the feedback, if you have, then please comments. You can leave the comments. We'll definitely take a look at it. It's a maiden venture for us, so we'll definitely keep making tweaks that we need.
Yeah, if we have obviously missed any points to discuss, that also
Yeah.
I hope we don't do such things in the coming up videos.
Okay, great. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
All the best, India.
Bye. Come on, push out. Bye.